Welcome to the Infill Podcast, where we interview the most interesting members of the 3D printing and maker communities, live and with audience participation. And now, here is your host, Jonathan Levy.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome. I'm really excited about today's episode. Excuse the little bit cluttered background. Kind of completely crazy day, but we're joined today by a repeat guest and a friend of mine, Jón Schone of Proper Printing. Jón, welcome. Thanks so much. Sorry I missed sound check, but I'm really glad to have you here.
I'm really glad to be here.
So last time we spoke, I think you were just about to announce that you were going full-time on YouTube. Catch us up from there. That was like a year ago. So catch us up from there. What's been going on? How's it been going?
Yes, it's now almost a year now that I'm doing this full time, and it's going great, to be honest. It is. Well, now you have to deliver, so I don't have a fallback now when things go south a bit. But we're continually
have to deliver for those viewers. Have to deliver for the sponsors. Like I just completely forgot, unfortunately. So I apologize. I forgot to do our intro section, which, as you know, is thanking Octo Everywhere. So let me do that really quickly. Apologies to cut off your story, but we like to start every episode now with a section called "What's Printing, Jonathan?" brought to you by Octo Everywhere. And you can see currently I have nothing printing because, as I said, it's a really crazy day. But what my favorite feature actually of Octo Everywhere is not the ability to monitor the prints remotely. It's the ability to add a special shared URL to Octo Everywhere in Orca Slicer, and then I can just print as if I'm in the same place. So I'm not stressed about getting the printers running or monitoring them because it has the AI failure detection. I have them all connected, and it's as if I'm on my local network. And then over the weekend, when I go home today, I'll just fire off a bunch of prints. And then another cool thing that I recently discovered, which you might like this, Jón, with all the cool projects you're doing, is I've been working on the box turtle. You can see it here in the background. And you can share a link on Octo Everywhere to someone to actively go into someone you trust, to go into your Clipper dashboard, and they can help you with things like your macros or software. So I've just been giving the box turtle team, who I trust, access to my printers, and I'm like, hey guys, I really can't figure out what's going on with these layer shifts. Can you guys check the motor currents and macros? And that's been really cool. So thanks to Octo Everywhere, link in the description. Apologies, Jón, to totally cut you off.
No worries. I also I wrote it down because I am still looking for a good way of controlling printers remotely. So yeah, I think it's a nice segue back that I took a break of 3 months ish.
Oh, wow.
To clean things up a bit. So I was living from one video to the next, and I never took the time to round things down, and things are starting to stack up. So I decided on the start of this year to focus on a foundation of everything and clean stuff up. Everything has its place, and
you mean literally cleaning things up, like physically, not cleaning up processes and B-roll files on your NAS, or both?
Both. I set up a NAS and everything, so it's both physically and digitally. Cool. And I set up the NAS, and that's also I tried to set up the infrastructure a bit so I can remotely control the 3D printers. So a bit of a backstory: all the 3D printers are down in the basement, and I walked back and forth with a USB drive, and that gets tiring.
There's no internet down there?
Well, now there is.
Now there is.
So, but yeah, and the thing was that, well, I had internet there, but yeah, then I figured out that I have to still go there to turn on the printer. So now I have these Wi-Fi modules that will just turn it on, and it works perfectly. But the last thing I still have to implement are cameras, because I like to have the option that when I'm at home in the weekend and I've designed something and I just want to have it to start the print at home and have the print waiting there for me on Monday morning, now when I just started, then there's still a risk that I will find a plate full of spaghetti. So yeah, I still need to figure out the cameras. So
I've done a
if
few things on that regard. I mean, I think this is an interesting topic anyway for folks.
yeah,
I install a camera on every printer I have if it doesn't come with one, because they're so cheap now. You can get a decent $10 webcam on AliExpress, right? But some printers don't support it, like a Voron Zero. You know, I've tried to do there's a way to get a Pi hat on the Pi Zero. It doesn't, at least I can't figure it out. You're much better with electronics than I can. But for everything else, for example, the ArtMay extruder, which I consider a 3D printer that only prints one thing, which is filament. I just have these I think they're Eufy cameras. So I have one on the ceiling that I don't think I can get it to show. Well, I have one on the ceiling that can pivot, and it sits in the middle of the room. And has high enough resolution that I can see into the different printers. And then I have another one that I just take around. It's like a little USB camera. I put it on, if it's the ArtMay, or if, for example, I don't leave lasers unattended, but I can put it in that room, and then I don't have to actually go in there and breathe the smoke, and I can watch the laser. It's good to have, and it's like $20 or something.
Yeah, and I really want a camera that has this tilt shift motion,
right?
Or tilt pen. I was recently. I went to Ivan Miranda, by the way. It's a whole different story. I will tell this a bit later. But he has several cameras set up, and he can pen them across all the 3 printers he has. Yeah. So he just showed me on his phone with the app. Well, these printers are running now, and yeah, it's pretty nice if you have one setup and you can just pen to that printer and see how it's doing, and so you don't have to equip each printer with all the cameras.
There's also more sophisticated farm management softwares out there, like Simply Print. I mean, Octo Everywhere is good for, first printer's free. You can manage as many printers as you want on their top plan. But if you're running a farm like you and I, like 20 printers, there are softwares that can do like queue management, filament management, like really robust dashboards.
What's the name again?
Simply Print, it's called.
Okay.
I can intro you to the guy.
Sounds good.
And cross compatibility with the Prusa printers and the Bamboo printers, although Octo Everywhere does work with Bamboo printers. I haven't set it up. Octo Everywhere is easier for me to use. Like, I don't really want, pooling G-code, adapting G-code, managing filaments, stuff like that. And also, Simply Print doesn't allow you to do the thing that I like in Orca Slicer, which is print directly from Orca Slicer as if you're in the same room with the printer on the same Wi-Fi, which is huge for me.
Oh, yeah. Can you do that with multiple printers, or is Orca Slicer then controlling that printer and you cannot touch it?
What you do, ironically, I just got a message from Soft Fever about another feature that I'm waiting on. What you do is you set up each printer. Like, I have 2 Voron Zeros. I have 2 different printers in Orca, and each one, basically, instead of putting in the IP address, you put in this long, encrypted shared API, URL. Yeah, and then it acts the same way. Interestingly, and at this point, I'm not just plugging for the sponsor, but this is actually true. Sometimes I have weird stuff on my network, like my printers are all named, like python.local, viper.local, but sometimes a weird thing will happen. First of all, the IPs change. If you boot up a new printer and that printer isn't in the loop and doesn't know that certain IPs are assigned, and I have a really crappy router here, like the free one that you get with the ISP. So printers will take IPs, and so IPs change. But sometimes it'll be like python-3.local, and I'll have to reboot the printer. But if you use Octo Everywhere, that URL, which you should not share, never changes, and it's way more reliable. Okay. Like, sometimes weird stuff will happen on my network, and for some reason, even if I can't access, it'll be like initializing Clipper on the local network. They've done some crazy compression, or I asked Quinn how he does it. He said magic. But it actually is more, that URL, that remote URL, is more reliable and usually faster than the local. Don't ask me how. It's really
That's,
cool.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty wild. So tell me about the psychology of going through a 3-month break. I don't think I could do it. I have a lot of respect for you being able to like suck it up and be
Yeah.
like, all right, no sponsors, no income. I mean, less
It's
income.
it's yeah, it's interesting. It's pretty tough. Also, considering that I hired my friend now for 1 day a week,
Hmm.
and since a couple of weeks, I have an intern working for me. So
Congrats.
it's thanks. It's now doubling up a bit. That, as you said, no income. Well, fortunately, I do have the Patreon guys supporting me. Without them, this wouldn't have been possible. And also, I am not uploading as often. So I'm not like you uploading once a week. I try to upload once a month, but the last
Wow.
time when I did that is, for some reason, since since I started doing this full time, my upload frequency has dropped. So I'm still trying to find the reason why. There's some efficiency loss going on here. You would say, well, I have all the time of the world now, but yeah, I'm trying to and that's also why the break, to increase the efficiency, and yeah, to be able to publish a bit more.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, the psychology is, it is rough. It is but it's also needed. So it's like having this project, and you're looking forward to the end line, so to say, that everything has its place. And now when I go to the basement where all the equipment is, it feels nice that everything looks good. We have
Yeah.
the place for everything, and I made a carousel for all the nuts and bolts, and yeah, it is eventually it's worth it.
What's
um
interesting is I think a lot of creators, myself included, certainly Mandic Really, who I know we both have hung out with, would make videos about that, like making videos about the carousel, because I kind of have this thought process. I know Alan is the same way. Like, if I don't make a video about it, I can't justify the time. But you seem to have overcome that sense of obligation to the algorithm, which I think is admirable.
yeah, it's I yeah but it also must fit. I do have the idea to make a studio tour, but not
Hmm.
on YouTube. These videos, they don't perform that well, so I'm thinking about making this studio tour and only posting it on Patreon, but for everyone to see.
Hmm. So you're
Also a
saying
little
like
experiment.
those kinds of like, 3D printed, sorry, I should be in front of the microphone. Those kinds of 3D printed organization videos or like designing my workshop videos won't perform with your audience, because my audience, those are my best performing videos. Like, did you see Stefan did a video recently, which I was like, if the quality of this were a little bit worse, it would be a TNL video, because it was like him rating all the multi-board and HSW, and doing like, basically he just reorganized his workshop with 3D printing. I was like, it's actually a video that I'm working on too. That won't resonate with your audience?
Well, most of it wasn't done with 3D printing. There are
Gotcha.
some things here. That's also one of the plans that I'm currently working on. Is I want to produce more short content, and not just reusing the content I already have out there, but I have multiple ideas for, I think, really interesting designs, which are fun to show, which are also have some uh, informative or inspiring aspects to it. Um, and but these aren't big enough for a full video on in long form.
Yeah.
So I am experimenting now with some cool short form ideas. I have one I'm currently working on. Oh, it's also for the shop. I have some. Well, I made an interesting shelf that also uses some modifiers in the slicer, and it looks really good. And all these smaller subjects that do, I think, are really fitting for a short form. It's a bit of a bummer if I keep it to myself or if I don't talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
But it's just too small for a whole video.
I
So
sense this
one of
this
the
is really the difference between yourself and myself, or you're kind of more in the Mark Rober category of like, even if I only put out a video once a month, it needs to be a big project. It needs to be done, and I need to be able to really show. I mean, yeah, your multi-axis 3D printer probably will never be done, but you need to have a significant enough milestone in progress. And what I've done recently, and I don't know if it's better or worse, but like, I'm working on 2 videos right now. The one that's coming out maybe today or tomorrow, where I'm getting better at saying like, okay, by necessity, by the way, because I can't live with the stress of an unfinished project like you seem to be able to, and it's why I envy you,
I have
is
so
like,
many of them.
I'm getting better at going, hey guys, I didn't finish, I'm not going to it's not going to happen this week. I want to get this video out to you guys, show you, but let's talk about the next steps. And then I think one thing that I'm doing well is turning that lemon into lemonade, in the sense that I'm getting the community involved. So like with my shredder project, which took 6 months instead of 2 months, and every video I'd be like, here's what's still not working. Can you guys give me some ideas? Like, why is this generating heat? I'd love to see your comments. And actually, in that case, like, some of the things that actually ended up solving the problem came from the community. So that's been, again, it's an adaptation. If I could finish I guess I can swear on this podcast. It's my podcast. If I could finish the fucking projects, or just be less stressed about getting a video out, 3 videos a month, which is what I like to do, I wouldn't need to do that. But it is an opportunity to turn things around. And people have, I mean, there's some very smart people in our audiences, which begs the question, why are they watching my videos? But, I'm happy they're there.
Yeah, you're raising an interesting point here, is that to involve the community, how much knowledge there is in the comment section. It's unbelievable.
Right.
And I didn't expect that on beforehand, but that's one of the things I really like about this combination of 3D printing and sharing this on YouTube, is that together you can come up with so many ideas, and also learn so much. I got emails from people that have such a specific knowledge about, even was a guy about, he had like dozens of years of experience in lenses.
Yeah.
And so he gave me some advice on how to make a donut shaped laser beam for FDM resin printing, for instance. It was so specific, and I was unable to come up with this myself, of course. But it's really cool if you have, the audience, and if you are willing to share, then also other people are willing to share.
Totally.
So
I've had people in the comments be like, hey, just so you know, I've been working in a commercial plastic recycling factory for 28 years, and here's your problem. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, you were saying something.
It's also that for the video I'm currently working on, it's, I think, well, not my biggest project, but one of the most fun ones, and that's a collaboration. I'm doing a collaboration with Ivan Miranda.
Oh, that's exciting.
So we went Wessel, the intern, and we went to Spain. And this idea was from a viewer who sent me an email directly, suggesting to turn a treadmill into a belt printer. And
holy
and
shit.
He said, well, you're crazy enough to do it. And I was like, oh shit, this is an awesome idea.
That's genius.
So I think, last year when I went to Form Next in Frankfurt, I had the video of the 3D printed shoes. And at the end of the video, I was together with Ivan to test the shoes. He helped me filming, and we had a lot of fun. And during that time, we discussed this idea of doing a collaboration, and this idea of turning a treadmill into a belt printer. So it's a long story, but I got a second-hand broken treadmill, and we brought it to Spain, and together we turned it into a 3D printer. It was an epic project, but it was something I didn't come up with the idea, but it's so cool
Love
that people are reaching out with an idea like this, and so yes, okay, we're going to make this happen.
That's a perfect collab, because you're known for like, hey, here's funky, cursed machines that have multiple axes and are different, and he's known for like, how big can we make a
Yeah,
printer? It's just a
yeah.
perfect
It's
intersection.
I also made a funny mistake that I ordered a new belt for it because the belt that was on it was already quite worn out. So I ordered it to the right product number, but I received one that was way too big. And the first thing Ivan said was, "Is it bigger?" Well, that's better. And then we just fixed it and made it even bigger
Holy
than
crap.
what the treadmill was initially. So we
I'm
had a lot of
excited for that video.
struggles on the way, and it was really fun.
I'm really
So
excited for that video. That's going to
it's
be
in the
really
final
cool.
stages now. It will be a fun
Amazing.
one.
That'll be really cool. One thing that you do really well, and I think Ivan does really well as well, is storytelling, and I think that's part of why you like to have closure in your videos is you're a really good storyteller and you take people along the journey.
Thanks.
You're a little bit of a car guy, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
have you seen this guy on YouTube coming up? I mean, coming up, he's huge already. Matt Armstrong.
No,
You got to check him out. This is
I will.
really, really interesting and up your alley. So he's this British guy, anyone who likes cars, but his audience, I think, is beyond that. He buys totaled cars from insurance companies like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, whatever, and he
Oh, wait, yeah,
rebuilds them.
I've heard about him. I'm going
And
to
this
check it
guy
out.
is blowing up, and it's not just, it's easy to dismiss and be like, okay, he's rebuilding a Lamborghini. Like, that's, it's very clickbaitable. But I've been studying him because his growth is meteoric and he tells stories in a similar way that you do. And really, I think the magic of what he's doing is the storytelling is so fascinating and he takes you on an emotional journey. And it reminds me of your videos a lot. But one thing he does really
Oh,
well
thanks.
that I think a lot of people in our space don't do in the 3D printing space because of the turnover of technology and so many new printers and so many new technologies is he drags it out, right? Like it'll take him 4 or 5 videos to finish a project and it's and you're waiting for the next one. Really incredible.
Yeah,
Check out his
yeah.
stuff.
It's
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out definitely. Nice. Yeah, I
Really,
think
really
the
fun.
storytelling is something that I was not good at when I started, especially my older videos. I never scripted my videos.
Mhm.
It was just I didn't want to have it feel scripted, be more in the moment, and I just had a project. I set up the camera, hit record, and just winged it, and tried to fix it in post. So that was my workflow. I did get a lot of things done because it really helps with not overthinking stuff. You just do it. But the downside of it was that it was pretty tough to turn it into a well structured video that is understandable for everyone
Mhm.
and that makes sense and it doesn't go from one subject to the other.
Right.
Um, so I decided to focus more on storytelling, and one of the things that I want to say recently, but I think it's more than a year now. Um, do you know? I have a book lying here. Let me just
All
check
right.
it quick.
Let's have a look. I'll look
I
at
can definitely recommend this. It's
mhm.
this book,
Oh yeah.
Start with Why, from Simon Sinek.
Yeah.
Simon Sinek, he made a very interesting TED talk about the golden circle, of how to formulate your message, and it's often done within marketing. Simon uses a prime example of how Apple is doing their marketing as compared to a company like Dell, where Dell is selling the what. So we have a computer and it has all of these specs, while Apple is selling more of a feeling and a why and a purpose, and that resonates a lot more.
Right.
And what I realized is that during my older videos, I started with what. So this is what we are going to do, and then during the video, I showed how, but I never mentioned why. And I got quite frustrated when people started asking this question: Why are you doing this? It's like, doesn't need to be a why. It's just I want to experiment, I want to explore, and I just want to come up with new insights and just share my experience so people can learn from it. Um, when well, after also watching his TED talk and reading this book, I realized that in order for people to watch your video and to watch the whole 20-30 minutes of it, you need to have a feeling of why you are watching that video. Why am I
Right.
spending this time watching this video? And if you are unable to formulate the reason why you should be watching it, why is this important, why should this project be a success, and if it fails, what can we take from it? If you start formulating that, you get from the start, you get a feeling of, okay, these are the stakes. Okay, and
Right.
when things go south, then it gets, oh shit, this we have to fix this because the stakes are high. I want him to succeed on this project. So you communicate, emphasize on the importance of it, and that helped a lot with how to structure the
Totally.
video, and then things get so much easier.
You raise a
Um,
really, really good point, and it's something I have started to do much more deliberately. Is I'll write the intro. I'll always try to figure out like what's in it for them, why should they care, and then I'll often go back and try and double down on that. Right, like how can I make this relevant? Like right now, I'm working on a video where I'm trying to print peak. It's like most
oh,
people at $1,000 a kilo, most people are never going to print peak. So why should you care that I can print it on this printer? Well, what's interesting is understanding like how strong is it and how does it compare to the things that I can print and tying it back to people's kind of daily experience. But it's a work in progress. Like storytelling is um it's so important on YouTube now as
yeah.
opposed to the early days of YouTube. It's kind of the most important thing and it's a journey to learn it for sure.
Oh yeah. And there's always something else to learn. You can
Totally.
go so deep in every aspect of it. You can go deep in how to do lighting or
Yep.
how to do audio. I spent weeks on tweaking audio and how to do it in DaVinci Resolve and with the plugins and everything, and how to balance it. If I look at my older videos, um, I got quite a lot of comments saying that my music was too loud, and I
Mm,
was like, "Come on, man, it's not too loud. Just don't be a pussy. It's a nice song." So, but now when I watch those videos back, it's like, "Oh yes, this is too loud," because during the edit, I already knew what I was saying, so I could understand it. It's like if something is hard to understand and you place subtitles below it, then you immediately understand it. um, I had this same thing with the music. I could understand what I was saying because I was editing the video and I already knew what I was saying. But
right.
now, watching back those videos from 2-3 years ago, I forgot what I exactly said. So now I am more in the seat of the actual viewer, and it's like, oh yes, I cannot understand a damn thing about what I just said because of the music.
I'm surprised you
So
watch back your old videos.
sometimes I do, just to learn from them. And
That's a really
also
smart
some
thing
of
to
the
do.
videos, they also raise some very fun memories. We did
Mm,
some very fun things in the past where we smoked out an old Mercedes for a merch plugin and all these stuff. It's just crazy stuff. It's fun to watch back, and yeah, but
very
it's
cool.
also for a learning experience. Okay, how did I evolve over time? And fortunately, most of the things got better, but also some of the things, like the upload frequency, it's maybe not like the efficiency of just putting out the content. I did a better job on that before I went full time. So now I'm overthinking a bit more. I think now it has to
Yeah,
be perfect, but as Peter McKinnon once said, "Done is better than perfect," and I
totally.
think that's yeah, that's a good statement.
I have a lot to share on that as well. But really quickly, let me thank our main episode sponsor, which is PCBWay. You guys know all about PCBWay. Talk about printing Peak. They can print Peak for you, but they can also machine things out of aluminum or titanium or stainless steel. I mostly use them for their CNC machining, believe it or not. I have never ordered a PCB from PCBWay, but they have so many industrial technologies. It's all easy to use. You can get an instant quote right online, which is usually what I do. and they can do sheet metal fabrication or injection molding or whatever you want. So I highly recommend checking them out. You get $5 off your first order. I use their services all the time, and I do recommend them. So on the topic, Jan, of like this done is better than perfect thing, I have a friend, Benjamin Hardy, who wrote this book on habits. He's a psychologist, and he taught me something that was really, really powerful early on when I met him, which is this idea of forcing functions. And kind of the idea is like humans don't really have willpower. It's not in our evolutionary makeup to have willpower. Like everything that we want, whether it's fatty, salty food or it's, an attractive mate outside of our relationship, like all the things that we want are in there because they give you a survival advantage or help you pass your genes forward or whatever, even if that no longer is in congruence with our current environment. So the point is like willpower kind of doesn't exist. You can kind of train it, you can kind of grow it, but what does work is backing yourself into a corner, right? These like forcing functions. So I'll give a really easy example, like setting up the screen time function on your phone where it literally just won't let you be on Instagram more than 30 minutes a day. So you're not going to be on Instagram 30 minutes a day. And I use that a lot in content creation where like I will schedule videos and then sign sponsors and sign contracts to where and that's part of why I don't always finish the project all the way, right? It's like April, whatever, what's the next video gonna be? April 15th. Like this video has to be out. I gotta make it work, or I gotta explain why I didn't make it work. And that's been super helpful to me and the team because, otherwise you don't have a boss who's gonna hold you accountable.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. I did something similar also on I made an extra with the new Android. It's possible to add different users. So I made a user private and for work. And it's I in the past I removed the Twitter app and everything, and then I realized, oh yes, it's my job to post on Twitter. So it was a necessity to have these apps on there, but privately
Right.
I'm not using a lot of social media. So now it's split in two. So it's mostly when I'm at home, it's in my private mode, and I have the apps I privately use, and when I'm at work. So I don't check Twitter, because the thing with
Right.
Twitter and these apps is that I check out if I've posted something to see if people are have engaged, and I reply to comments. But then you see this perfectly optimized tweet and you see it, and I say, oh yeah, and you need to watch it, and okay, these comments are juicy, and then before you know it, it's already 1 hour, and you're still on that phone. It's like, oh, okay,
Totally.
that's an hour. Yeah. So I have to reframe myself and have all of these apps. They are quite toxic, to be honest.
Well, and there's a inverse. This is another thing I learned kind of early on. There's an inverse relationship between how much content you consume and how much content you can create, right? And like there's something to be said about, I consume a ton of creator focused content, like interviews with other creators, and I learn about it, but you can't simultaneously be creating and consuming. So that consumption is like, I guess unless, I have a podcast in my ear and I'm working on the physical part of a build, but for the most part, the more you're consuming, the less you're creating.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do consume a lot still, but it's mostly YouTube. So instead of watching television, I only watch YouTube.
Same.
But it's how I start the morning mostly. Just start up a YouTube video, and I'm always very happy when some of my favorite creators posted something. Then I know my day is good. Start with coffee, YouTube video, mostly 15, 20 minutes, and then then it's off, and start the day.
So this Treadmill printer sounds like it's already pretty much done if the video's in the final stages. What else are you working on? Are we going to see more of this multi-axis printer coming soon?
That's a fun question that I decided to ditch it.
Really?
Yes. Okay, this needs some explanation. The idea behind this dual gantry machine is to combine different types of materials, and not just PLA with PVA support or ABS and TPU. It's like combining regular PLA with concrete infill, for instance, or
Oh wow.
Print a layer of polymer, then print a layer of glue, another layer of polymer, and create a sandwich.
Right.
These are the kinds of experiments that I have planned this for quite some time now. And the idea was to do it with that printer. So have one tool placing one material and then have the other tool placing the other.
Interesting.
And then I got to the realization that it would make a lot more sense to do these experiments on the Prusa XL.
I was just
So
gonna
I
say
have
that.
I have the Prusa XL, and it's the thing with the printer that I developed is that you don't want to replicate it. I don't want to replicate it. No one should replicate it. It works, but it's a hell. It is a bit of a miracle that it actually works with all the tight tolerances. So I was pretty lucky there. When I use the Excel, not only do I have 5 tools, also it's easier for people to replicate it because it's already a product on the market out there. I think it also helps with the video itself because the Excel is already very recognizable.
Right.
So yeah, I've been talking with Prusa about this idea, and they're very positive. So after we have done this with the treadmill, then I'm going to screw around with the Prusa XL. And one of the first things I'm going to print with that, it is multi-material, but I want to add the extruder that I developed to it.
Yeah.
I developed an extruder that uses timing belts to push filament, and it turns out to be very capable of printing extremely flexible materials.
Right.
This is also the task for the intern, is to optimize that extruder. So he is currently working on a test rig on which the extruder is placed. A lot of knowledge is from Stefan's video from CNC Kitchen on how to determine the actual performance of the extruder, and he is going to optimize it further. So I really want to double down on this extruder, and I want to add this extruder to the XL. And the first thing
That's
is
cool.
to 3D print shoes, but in one go out of multiple materials. Because the problem I ran into with the XL is that it's not very good at printing flexible filaments. Well, this one isn't that flexible, but this is the
So I'm working on a video actually, similar. By the way, is the intern in the basement right now working on this? You have him trapped in your basement?
Yes. Maybe we should call it. Let's call it not the basement, but the lab. He's in the lab.
Does he
Yeah,
have an
that
open
sounds
window?
better.
Should we check on him?
Oh shit! I have to check on him. No, I think so good.
Still breathing. I'm actually working on a video. I'll spoil the video a little bit, but I'm working on a video where I explore also Prusa XL and like, okay, cool. Right now it's the only printer on the market that can do multiple nozzles sizes, right? The H2D,
Yeah.
as far as I know, cannot. It's probably coming, but it's like, okay, what is that good for? Like, why is that good? And I figured out, spoiler alert, but I figured out if you have ultra flexibles, the Extruder is very good at pushing the flexible. It can do it. And I'm talking, I think it was
a very different experience.
really? Okay, well, wait a minute. Loading, I figured out a way to load the material. Once you get it loaded and you don't have a nozzle, it can push it. Okay, the loading is a big problem because there's the filament sensor. I'm not going to spoil how I figured that out, but I'll send you a picture and you're going to be like, holy fuck, that's genius. Maybe, I don't know. I almost want to show you the picture right now off screen and have like, that's going to be the big, like, oh my God, I figured something genius out on how to load flexible material into any machine. It's kind of clever. Anyway, I'll tell you after. What I figured out is a lot of the issue is the back pressure, obviously. So if you run, I have the most flexible material I have is a 70A TPU. You probably have more flexible stuff, but that's like
No,
really
60A is the softest I have, but
right. So it's
70 is
flippy
already
floppy.
very soft.
Nothing can print it. I put a 0.8 millimeter high flow nozzle. I think I shouldn't have done high flow because it's gonna in some ways push against. And all of a sudden, the extruder can print it.
Okay.
Now, it's not perfect. I will say I needed to slow down. So there's still some salmon skinning in it. But it printed like
But
no jams.
how
6
big are
hours.
your parts? Oh, 6 hours. Okay. Yeah, because I printed with, well, this outer sole, it is pretty hard. I think that this is
Right.
even 90D maybe, but it filled on, I think, at this height. So
Right.
that was really frustrating that it looked good. And then after a day of printing, it just clogged. So it was very unreliable. And I
So yeah.
ended up printing, especially this part. This is 85D. I think it's this is the Ninja Flex TPU.
Yeah.
So I think it's 85A. Um, the only printer I had at the moment was an old Creality Surmoon D1 that I equipped with a micro Swiss extruder. So that
Okay.
was the only printer I had that was able to print this. And also this shows that I firmly believe that a printer becomes a very expensive paperweight if the extruder sucks.
Agreed.
I'm not going to say that the extruder sucks. It's a really good extruder, but I
Yeah.
have some printers. I have one printer that isn't even able to print nylon 12, because it's too flexible. And it's
That's
like,
crazy.
come on. So yeah, and then this whole printer is for me rendered useless.
Right.
So yeah, it's
So
and
I
that
don't
showed
have
that this
access to
old
I
printer.
think your basis for comparison, because you've created literally your own extruder, your basis for comparison is more challenging. The next extruder of the extruders that I've tried, which is much more limited, is the best I've seen for flexibles. The challenge is that filament sensor right above it, you can't get past it. And like I said, Prusa hot ends are not known for their high flow. So if to run an experiment where you just put the flexible filament through, take off the nozzle, it'll extrude it all day long, all day long. So the thing
Yeah,
is, if you can open it up so that it just flows out. Let me get the part I want to show you really quick. Without hitting my head. Entertain the
I
people.
think I think that the problem I had with and that's what Ivan also mentioned, is that I didn't remove the pressure from the filament. So
Right.
that's the problem with the well, I think most extruders, is that you have to set the filament tension. And you
Yes.
have to reduce the tension with with flexible filaments. And I didn't do that, so then you're squishing a filament and it will become wider so it can jam.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense, and also therefore it's one of the reasons with the extruder that I'm currently developing, is that it's not possible to set the tension. It's a
Right.
fixed
Right.
tension, and we want to optimize it for both flexible and non-flexible materials.
Right.
Because how often are you setting the tension to your extruder? And if you do, how do you know when it's at the right tension?
True.
In my experience, I never know it. So it's all mostly guesswork. So I believe that if you create an extruder that cannot be tensioned, then you can also not tension it in the wrong way. And that's my experience with the extruder and flexible filaments.
Folks in the chat, that is true about the tension issue. Folks in the chat are saying Bamboo A1 works for me. I've never had an extruder that had a problem with TPU, Orbiter, Galileo, Proton. And so I want to clarify, we're not talking about just any TPU. We're talking about 60A, 70A, like really, really flexible. Almost all my printers can print a 95A. Let me
My
show you
Bamboo Lab
this.
failed with
Oh yeah,
85. I
Bamboo,
have it on camera.
the
The
X1 is
X1C.
terrible with flexibles. I'll give you that. This is the Balena filament that was like so impossible. Ignore this. The filament got stuck. And you can see here a little bit. This is a pressure advance issue, but this is like ultra flexible. They don't give the rating because this is like a super secret experimental filament, but I would say this is like 75. I mean, you can see, right? This is solid on the bottom. And look at that squish.
Oh yeah.
It's super flexible. no problems except for where the roll actually got stuck. This is 70, and you can see a little more challenging. But I think if I just slowed down, it didn't clog until, again, you can see the roll got stuck at a certain... No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This actually printed like this. The roll was stuck, and then when I released the roll... yeah.
Right.
I have a very funny filament path because the XL is so big. I have the filament above the shelf, and it can get hung on the sheet metal. In any case, like, are these perfect results? No. But with a little more testing, I think if I slow it down and heat it up, I think I can get it to flow better.
Yeah, it's a challenging material to say the
I've
least.
never been able to print this on anything. So
yeah, I've only on 2 Creality printers, one with the Micro Swiss hot end and one with my second version of the extruder that I developed.
I think the real solution long term though is polymer science, right? Like you have the Vario Shore and stuff. You're getting high flow TPUs now. It's got to be possible to figure out some process either for
yes.
you know,
Oh yeah. And I'm currently working on one.
Oh, that's cool. So basically
it's,
the heat is going to change the way it behaves?
No, it's I'm not going to spoil too much. Well, I have shown this video in the last year about 3D printing with hot glue. So this is a benchy.
It's a good looking
completely
benchy.
made out of wood. Yeah, well, it's I removed a ton of stringing, to be honest, but overall it is it works. And I believe that printing with sticks has a very interesting use case here.
Yeah.
Because of the increased diameter. And I believe that when we are printing with sticks, there are many advantages, also a couple of disadvantages, but a lot of advantages. Makes it possible to print way softer. I know a guy who can send me pellets with the Shore hardness of 0A. I have no idea how that must feel. I'm not sure if I can print it.
A big bag, and you're like, the bag's empty. He's like, it's there, you just can't feel it.
It's like extremely soft. He has a pellet extruder now, and
There's
it's
a bin of 0A TPU. Look how you can't even feel it. You put your hand in, you literally don't even feel.
Yeah, it's like it's air. So there are two things here that I think that I can print way softer, but also extremely brittle materials. So that's one of the things I want to do on the XL is to add a stick extruder on it and print with materials like paraffin, so candle wax. Imagine a benchy being printed out of candle wax with a little flame out of this chimney. That would make for a killer thumbnail. I have no idea if that will actually work, but it's something that
I think you could do it. By the way, you could also use the XL to place although you probably would just place the wick after. But by the way, Bharat just came up with your new channel tagline. Awesome beard, even more awesome content.
That's a great tagline. Thanks.
Really cool. I'm really excited to see where your content goes. I hope you get over the challenge of perfectionism because as you said, when you come out with a new video, I know it's going to be a really, really great day. Someone asked in the chat, J Rube asked, what's the largest structure or design you've ever printed?
I think it's the rim for the car. I printed the rim out of ABS. And we put it on an old Mercedes. I think this was 4 years ago now. And in total, there were 2 halves. It was a 15-inch rim, I think. In total, it was more than 7 kilos. And it was especially because it was ABS on an old Creality CR10 S5 that I modified to make it work with. The goal was printing big things out of difficult to print materials. And we managed to print this 3.5 piece, one half of the rim, 3.5 kilo rim, and it didn't curl up. It didn't. It was just flat, and it came flat from the bed. And we had two halves, mounted them together, pressurized it with just a regular tire. With an inner tire, we weren't able to make it airtight, and we put it under the car. And I was convinced that the whole rim would blow up during driving. So I thought, oh, this is going to be killer content. My friend Daniel and I, we are going in the yard and just go
destroy
test this.
shit.
Just destroy it, and the pieces of plastic will fly around, and it just held. And that was a bit anticlimactic. And I didn't.
You didn't
expect
say
it.
what material though. Was it PLA?
It was ABS. So, and the
yes.
funny
Yeah, you
thing
did
is
say
that the ABS of the car was broke, so it didn't have ABS. But with that rim, it had
It
ABS.
had ABS. Genius.
I
You know what's
think
something
that
I
was
really want to
my biggest
try,
one.
and actually I hope you'll try it before me, because you're crazier, is I really want to try carbon fiber on 3D prints. Like the barrier to entry for carbon fiber has gone down. The challenge being, like, if you're going to use proper pre-preg carbon fiber, you need a material that's going to withstand the autoclave. Though I wonder if you actually do. Like, what happens if you coat something in pre-preg carbon fiber, the material melts or anneals inside of the carbon fiber? Is it going to leak out through the fibers, or is that going to provide strength? Probably.
Yep.
If you put some, I mean, we both have printers that can print like high temp CF nylon. Will that survive? Hold on, quick Google search. Pre-preg carbon fiber. What's it called? Autoclave temperature. We need someone like on the Joe Rogan show who just Googles for us. Oh, dude. Typical cure temperatures for pre-regs are 60 to 180 C. You could even use ABS. I wouldn't use ABS because of the fumes, but like you could use PETG. Nothing sticks to PETG. All right, let's find it. Not PLA, but something like that. Like maybe just nylon.
Yeah, but you mean then continuous carbon fiber?
No, I'm talking coating things with carbon fiber, like automotive carbon, like twill.
Right.
Because you got to. The reason I was thinking of this, I was watching yesterday. There's this viral video, how F1 helmets are made. Holy crap! Like they have a helmet now that can withstand a 22 caliber right to here. Crazy. And it's pure carbon fiber.
Wow.
They don't even have an inner shell anymore. Obviously, they have the foam. I forget, styrofoam inside. But it got me thinking, like, it's that strong. I imagine.
I believe that Stefan made a video about this a long time ago. He made his test hook and placed carbon fiber on the stress parts there, and it increased the strength by a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm unable to find this video now, but I'm pretty sure that he made this video, or maybe Thomas Sandader did.
Who did?
Not
Sorry.
really sure. Thomas.
Ah, yeah, you're right. Thomas did coat some stuff with.
Oh, was it Thomas? Yeah,
But hold on, to be clear, if I remember correctly, Thomas did a video where it wasn't pre-preg carbon fiber, it was just carbon sheets and epoxy. It wasn't heat treated.
Yeah.
So that's like a totally different animal. That's like the difference between, injection molding peak and 3D printing it.
Right.
It's like a totally, it's the difference between injection molding and 3D printing. Like, what is the process and what does the material go through? If you really want, I used to be in automotive and I sold a lot of carbon fiber stuff. And there's carbon fiber that you layer. I'm not denigrating what Thomas did. It was a really cool video. But if you want the full strength of carbon fiber, it needs to go through that heat treatment. The resin, it's resin. Resin needs to crystallize, and I don't know much about it. I just know that when we used to sell pre-preg carbon fiber, you can feel the stiffness, and we would sell, the cheap Chinese stuff that's just to cover your mirrors or whatever. It's like pretty flexible.
I didn't even know that this process existed. So.
Oh yeah. So basically, look into it. It's really cool. But it's called pre-impregnated or pre-pregnated. The fabric already has. It needs to be kept at like -18 degrees Celsius. and it already has resin in the fibers. You lay that down, then you put it in you, I think, add another layer of resin, maybe. I'm pretty sure you do. Then you have to vacuum bag it to suck all the air out and force it into the form that you want it against the mold. And then you put it in the kiln autoclave. I don't know how long. I want to say 6 hours, 12 hours, not a week, for apparently up to 180 C. And then it becomes what we think of as carbon fiber. The statistic is 10 times stronger than steel in certain ways. Impact resistance, no. But in terms of this way, I don't remember the name. It's not tensile.
No, I'm not good.
I don't remember. But in terms of this strength on the axis, 10 times steel at a third of the weight or half the weight. Yeah.
But if you order this stuff, how is it delivered? In a bag of with dry ice, or
I guess
how do you
so,
keep
it? Pre-preg carbon fiber, order online.
Yeah, let's order some.
Fiberglass.com. Pre-preg carbon fibers. You can literally see in the video he's got a freezer behind him. Hold on, I can share screen.
It's almost like buying one of those freezed meals which come with dried ice.
Fabrics, carbon fiber, carbon Kevlar hybrid, classic, contemporary. The other thing though is you can keep it at room temperature. It just degrades the resin. Huh. Pre-preg e-glass. It's an interesting, I'm not going to mess with it because number one, I'm not as crazy as you. And number two, stuff like this is a lot harder to get where I live. But you live in Europe, man. Like there's a huge industry around automotive and F1 and the leading well, besides maybe like aerospace in the US, but I was going to say the leading kind of tech innovators for this stuff are F1. And that's all in Europe, Austria mostly. Austria, UK.
Yeah.
It would be really interesting. Someone asked if you've ever made anything bulletproof with 3D printing. I don't think so.
Not intentionally. No. And it also depends on the caliber. I think if you're going to shoot at the 3D printed rims, then depending on the caliber, it would stop a bullet. But no, I haven't tried it yet. Would be a fun one. I think that Now Red made an interesting video about making a bulletproof wood. So bulletproof 3D prints sounds interesting.
Yeah. Well, I think we should probably wrap because you need to go cut some air holes for your intern. But it's been a real pleasure chatting, and I hope we can do it again soon.
It was nice to be here.
Yeah, man. It was a fun conversation. I always like having people back a second, third, fourth time because then we can get past all the get to know stuff and just geek out together. So I hope we'll do it again soon. Both of us are going to be, Janos is in the chat actually. Both of us are going to be at Printed or 3D Printed Amsterdam. I keep calling it Printopia, but it's 3D Printed Amsterdam.
Yeah,
and that's coming up in May 22nd.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, it will be a fun one.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm going to try. Wait, Janos, is there a Death Racer competition? It going to be there? Like, should I bother trying to drag a Death Racer over? Because it's really heavy. There is going to be one.
Now you have to bother dragging one with you.
Are you going to bring one?
No, I'm not. You are.
Okay, fine. I think I'm going to need a whole carry-on just for that. Printed-amsterdam.com. I'll promote that, I'm sure, more until then. So awesome, man. Thanks for hopping on, and let's catch up soon. And obviously, we'll grab a drink in Amsterdam.
Will do. Thanks for having me. And
all right,
see you next time.
Let me take us out, and we'll debrief. And I'll tell you about my secret method for loading TPU.
Thanks for tuning in to the Infill Podcast. For show notes or links to anything mentioned in today's episode, visit thenextlayer.com. If you enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to leave us a review wherever you're listening, or click the like button to let us know, and consider subscribing to The Next Layer on YouTube so you can tune in live and participate in the next conversation. We'll see you on The Next Layer.